Hey everyone, welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of AI and how it can be useful for us as public servants. How it can help us make a real difference in people's lives.
Right.
And we're going to be unpacking this OECD report, Governing with Artificial Intelligence. Are governments ready?
Yeah, it's an interesting shift because for a long time, the AI conversation has focused on, how governments should regulate its use in the private sector.
Yeah.
But this report really flips that and asks how we can use AI to better serve the public.
So no robot overlords taking our jobs then?
Not quite.
Okay, good.
The report highlights how AI can help us all to be more effective and efficient in our jobs. It's about amplifying our capabilities, not replacing us.
Okay, that's a relief.
Yeah.
But how can AI, actually help us make a tangible difference for citizens?
Well, the report actually showcases some pretty inspiring examples from around the globe.
Okay.
For instance, the city of Nijmegen in the Netherlands is using AI to analyze foot traffic patterns.
Hold on. How does that help anyone?
Well, think about it.
Okay.
This data allows them to make smarter decisions about pedestrian zones, traffic flow,
Wow.
and even the placement of public amenities.
Okay.
It's about using data to make the city more user-friendly and efficient.
Okay, so less traffic jams, more benches in the park where people actually want them.
Exactly.
I like it. Any other examples of AI in action?
Absolutely. Remember the COVID-19 pandemic?
Yeah.
Norway's Labor and Welfare Administration launched a chatbot named Frida to help citizens navigate the complexities of social benefit programs.
Okay.
So Frida was available 24/7,
Oh, wow.
ensuring that people could access information and support even during lockdowns.
Oh, that's brilliant. It means access to vital services isn't limited by office hours,
Exactly.
especially during a crisis.
Especially during a crisis,
Yeah.
and it makes a real impact.
That's real impact, yeah.
What's interesting, too, is that Frida was able to resolve 80% of inquiries without any human intervention.
Wow. So not only does it provide equitable access,
Right.
but it also frees up human agents to focus on those more complex cases.
Right.
It's a win-win for both citizens and public servants.
Absolutely.
But let's be real for a second.
Sure.
There are a lot of concerns around AI.
Yeah.
Bias,
Mhm.
privacy, transparency. How do we make sure we're using AI ethically and responsibly?
You're raising some really critical points, and the report acknowledges these concerns head on.
Good.
It emphasizes the importance of a responsible and ethical approach to AI deployment and highlights the need for frameworks and guidelines.
So there's a roadmap for navigating this new landscape.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The OECD has actually laid out a framework for trustworthy AI in the public sector.
Okay.
It's a two-pronged approach,
Okay.
focusing on both enablers and guardrails.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Tell me more about these enablers and guardrails.
So think of enablers as the foundation for success. It's
Okay.
about having the right infrastructure in place.
So what does that mean in practical terms?
It means ensuring reliable internet access,
Right.
having secure systems to store and manage data,
Mm-hmm.
and developing the in-house expertise to actually work with these AI systems effectively.
It sounds like we need to invest in our digital infrastructure before we can even think about using AI effectively.
Exactly. Estonia is a great example.
Yep.
They've been proactive in creating reusable core components for AI service development and providing flexible funding to encourage its adoption across different government departments.
Smart move. So if the enablers are about laying the groundwork, what about these guardrails?
Yeah.
Are they like the safety net to make sure AI doesn't go off the rails?
You could say that guardrails are all about establishing clear ethical frameworks, standards, and guidelines to ensure AI is used responsibly.
I'm all about learning from others.
Yeah.
Are there any countries that are doing this well?
Definitely. Australia has developed a comprehensive AI ethics framework and a very practical automated decision-making better practice guide.
Yeah.
These resources provide clear guidance for public servants on how to use AI ethically,
So they're like instruction manuals for responsible AI.
basically.
I like it.
Hmm.
What about other approaches?
Well, Canada's taken a particularly interesting approach.
Right.
Their directive on automated decision-making requires a gender-based analysis for any AI systems they use.
Oh, that's really forward thinking. They're acknowledging that AI can perpetuate existing inequalities if we're not careful.
Exactly.
Are there any larger frameworks in place?
Absolutely.
Right.
The EU has taken a leading role with its AI Act,
Okay.
which is a pretty groundbreaking piece of legislation.
Okay. The EU AI Act, I
Oh.
hear it mentioned everywhere.
Yeah.
Can you give us a quick breakdown of what it's all about?
Sure. So the AI Act takes a risk-based approach to regulating AI.
Yeah.
This means that different types of AI systems, based on their potential impact,
Yeah.
are subject to different levels of scrutiny and regulation.
So higher risk equals stricter rules.
Exactly. The EU AI Act also places some significant limitations on the use of AI in specific areas,
Okay.
like law enforcement, to protect citizens' rights.
Wow, there's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
But it sounds like there are already some solid frameworks in place to help us navigate the ethical challenges of AI.
Yeah. And it's not just about following rules.
Right.
It's about fostering a culture of responsible AI development and use within government.
So it's about making sure that everyone involved, from the developers to the policymakers to the frontline staff, understands the ethical implications of AI
Yeah.
and is committed to using it for good.
Precisely.
Okay.
And remember, this isn't a solo mission.
Yeah.
The report emphasizes the importance of collaboration,
Mhm.
not just within government, but
Yeah.
also with citizens, civil society organizations,
Right.
and experts in the field.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We need to bring diverse perspectives to the table to avoid blind spots and ensure that AI is developed and implemented in a way that benefits everyone. It sounds like we're at a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
AI has the potential to transform public service, but it's up to us to make sure that transformation is positive and inclusive.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
So how do we actually translate this potential into real-world impact?
That's the million-dollar question. Stay tuned, folks. In the next part of our deep dive,
Okay.
we'll be exploring how AI can be used to accomplish specific tasks that directly benefit citizens.
Awesome.
We'll break down those complex AI capabilities into relatable terms so you can start envisioning how this technology can be applied in your own work.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get back to our deep dive into AI and public service.
Okay.
Before the break, we were talking about the big picture stuff,
Yeah.
the ethical frameworks, the need for collaboration.
Yeah.
But now I'm curious, how can AI actually do things? Like, what kind of work can these systems perform that would benefit citizens?
Well, the OECD report breaks it down into several key tasks.
And don't worry, we're going to talk about them in a way that's, relevant to your work as public servants.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping for.
Good.
Let's hear it. First up, we have recognition.
Okay.
AI is really good at identifying and categorizing information.
Okay.
This is useful in areas like image analysis for urban planning, like we talked about earlier with Nijmegen. But it's not just about images, it's about data in general.
So instead of manually sorting through mountains of data,
Yeah,
AI can help us make sense of it more quickly and efficiently.
exactly. Imagine you're trying to analyze feedback from citizens about a new policy proposal.
Okay.
Instead of spending weeks reading through thousands of emails and online comments,
Right.
an AI system could help you categorize those responses by topic or sentiment.
Wow, that would save us a ton of time and resources. It would also give us a clearer picture of what people are actually saying.
Right.
Okay, what else can AI do?
Another key capability is event detection.
Okay.
This is all about spotting patterns and anomalies in data. Okay, give me a real-world example of how that would be useful.
Think about fraud prevention.
Yeah.
An AI system could be trained to analyze financial transactions
Mm-hmm.
and flag any suspicious activity that might indicate fraud.
Oh.
Or imagine a system that monitors social media for early warning signs of public health concerns.
So AI can help us be more proactive rather than just reacting to problems after they've already happened.
Exactly.
That could be game-changing in so many areas.
For sure.
Okay, what else is on the list?
AI is also incredibly good at forecasting,
Okay.
which means it can help us predict future outcomes based on historical data and current trends.
So not quite a crystal ball.
Right.
But AI can give us a better understanding of what the future might hold.
Exactly. Think about budget planning.
Okay.
An AI system could help us analyze spending patterns and predict future needs based on demographic trends or economic factors.
Okay.
That allows for smarter resource allocation and better preparedness for future challenges.
I'm already starting to see how this could be incredibly valuable.
Right.
It takes some of the guesswork out of planning and helps us make more informed decisions. Okay, what else can AI do?
Now, this next one is all about putting citizens at the center.
Okay.
Personalization.
Okay.
AI has the power to tailor services to individual needs,
Yeah,
making government more responsive and user-friendly.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to feel like their needs are being met as individuals, not just treated as a number in a system.
Exactly. Think about how frustrating it can be to navigate a complex government website.
Oh, tell me about it. I've been there.
Right.
Yeah,
Or try to understand the eligibility requirements for a particular benefit program.
not fun.
Right.
So how can AI help?
Instead of bombarding people with irrelevant information, an AI-powered system could guide them through the process in a personalized way.
Okay.
It could provide only the information they need based on their specific circumstances.
That would make a huge difference. No more getting lost in a maze of bureaucratic jargon, confusing websites.
Exactly.
It's about making government more accessible and user-friendly. I love it.
Yeah.
What's next on the list?
Last but not least, we have interaction support.
Okay.
AI can facilitate communication between citizens and government,
Mm-hmm.
making it easier for people to get the help they need when they need it.
This is where those chatbots come in, right?
Exactly. Chatbots are a great example of interaction support.
Okay.
They can answer frequently asked questions,
Yeah.
provide 247 assistants,
Mhm.
and even help citizens schedule appointments or complete simple transactions online.
It's like having a virtual assistant available around the clock to help citizens navigate government services.
Exactly.
It's convenient, accessible,
Hmm.
and it frees up our human staff to focus on those more complex cases.
Right.
This is all very impressive, but how do we know if it's actually working?
Yeah.
How do we measure the real-world impact of AI in public service?
That's the key question, isn't it? It's not enough to just implement AI and hope for the best.
Yeah.
We need to measure its impact and make sure it's truly making a difference in people's lives.
Stay tuned, listeners, because after the break, we'll be tackling the tricky but essential task of measuring the real-world impact of AI in public service.
Sounds good.
We'll be back in a moment. And we're back. We've covered a lot of ground in our deep dive into AI and public service.
Yeah, we have.
From exciting real-world applications to the importance of ethical frameworks and responsible implementation.
Right.
But now let's get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
How do we actually measure the success of AI in government?
Right. It can't just be about the cool tech, right?
Yeah,
It's
right.
about making a tangible difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
But measuring that impact can be tricky. It's
Yeah.
not just about efficiency or cost savings. It's
Oh.
about understanding how AI is affecting citizens' experiences and outcomes.
So we need to look beyond the numbers and really delve into the human impact of AI.
Yeah.
Can you give us some examples of what that might look like?
Sure, let's go back to Frida, the chatbot we discussed earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, she resolved a large percentage of inquiries automatically.
Right?
But did she actually improve user satisfaction with the social benefit system? Did people find her helpful and easy to use?
Okay.
Those are the questions we need to be asking.
So it's not just about how many cases Frida handled, but about the quality of those interactions and whether she actually improved people's lives.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, gathering feedback from citizens is crucial.
Okay.
We need to know what's working, what's not,
Right.
and how we can improve the design and implementation of AI-powered services.
It's about creating that feedback loop,
Yeah,
constantly iterating and improving based on what we learn from the people we're serving.
for sure.
I like that approach.
And remember, impact can take many forms. Sometimes the most significant impact might be in preventing negative outcomes.
Okay.
Think about AI's role in fraud detection.
Okay.
A successful system might not dramatically increase the number of fraud cases caught,
Right.
but rather deter fraud in the first place.
That's an interesting point. It's about those preventative measures that might not be immediately visible,
Yeah,
but have a huge impact in the long run.
right.
But how do you measure something like that?
Right, it seems a bit intangible.
Yeah.
It requires a more sophisticated approach to evaluation.
Okay.
We might look at trends over time comparing fraud rates before and after AI implementation.
Oh.
Or we might use control groups comparing outcomes in areas where AI is used with areas where it's not.
Okay.
It takes careful analysis and a commitment to ongoing monitoring.
It's definitely challenging, but it's essential.
Right.
We can't let the complexity of evaluation deter us from measuring the real-world impact of AI. If we want to build public trust and ensure AI is being used for good, we need to be able to demonstrate its value and identify any unintended consequences.
Exactly. And unintended consequences can be positive or negative.
Okay.
For example, an AI system designed to streamline a benefit application process might unintentionally exclude certain groups,
Oh, yeah.
if not designed with inclusivity in mind.
So intact measurement isn't just about celebrating successes. It's also about identifying areas where we need to course correct
Yeah.
and ensure that AI is serving everyone equitably.
Precisely. It's about constantly asking ourselves,
Okay.
is this AI system having the intended impact? Are there unintended consequences we need to address?
Hmm.
How can we use what we learn to improve the system and ensure it's serving citizens in the best way possible?
This has been a truly insightful deep dive.
It has been.
It feels like we've only just scratched the surface of this complex and rapidly evolving field.
Yeah, we have, but that's the beauty of it.
Right.
This OECD report serves as a fantastic starting point, a catalyst for us as public servants to explore the possibilities of AI in government.
Yeah.
It's an invitation to be curious, to experiment,
Mm-hmm.
and to constantly learn and adapt.
It's inspiring to see how AI is already being used to make government more efficient,
Yeah,
responsive, and accountable. But it's also a call to action.
it is.
We need to be thoughtful, deliberate,
Mm.
and above all, citizen-centric in our approach to AI implementation.
You're absolutely right. And as we've discussed, measuring the real-world impact of AI is absolutely essential.
Yeah.
It's about moving beyond the hype and delving into the nuances of how AI is truly affecting people's lives,
Right.
better or worse.
So what's the next step for our listeners? What can they do to be a part of this AI revolution in public service?
That's where you come in.
Okay.
This deep dive is just the beginning. The real work starts now
Right.
in your agencies and your communities. Get
Yeah.
curious. Don't be afraid to explore the potential of AI.
Okay.
There are tons of resources out there. Books, articles, webinars, online courses.
Mm-hmm.
Connect with colleagues who are already experimenting with AI.
Yeah.
Learn from their experiences.
So step one is to become informed,
Yeah.
to demystify this technology and understand how it can be applied to our work.
Exactly. And once you have a basic understanding, start thinking about the challenges you face in your own work.
Okay.
Are there processes that could be streamlined? Services that could be made more responsive? Decisions that could benefit from data-driven insights?
It's about looking for those opportunities where AI could potentially make a real difference.
And don't be afraid to think big. AI isn't just for tech-savvy departments.
Mm-hmm.
It has the potential to transform every aspect of government,
Wow.
from healthcare to education to transportation.
This is about more than just adopting a new tool. It's about shifting our mindset,
Yeah.
embracing innovation, and reimagining what's possible in public service.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And remember, responsible AI implementation is a team sport.
Okay.
Engage your colleagues, your stakeholders, and most importantly, the citizens you serve.
That brings us back to that essential point about collaboration.
Right.
We need to bring diverse voices to the table to ensure that AI is developed and implemented in a way that benefits everyone.
Exactly. And as you start exploring AI solutions, always keep those ethical considerations top of mind.
Okay.
Ask yourself, is this solution fair? Is it transparent? Is it accountable? Will it benefit all citizens, or could it inadvertently create or exacerbate inequalities?
Those are tough questions, but they're the questions we need to be asking
Right.
if we want to harness AI's power for good.
And remember, this is an ongoing journey.
Right.
AI technology is constantly evolving, and so is our understanding of its implications.
Right.
We need to be adaptable, constantly learning,
Yeah.
and always striving to improve.
This has been a fantastic exploration of the world of AI in government.
It has.
We've learned about its potential, the importance of responsible implementation,
Yeah?
and the challenges of measuring real-world impact.
Mm.
But I think the most important takeaway is this.
What's that?
AI is not just a technological innovation.
Right.
It's an opportunity for us as public servants to fundamentally change the way we work
Yeah.
and create a better future for the citizens we serve.
We have a responsibility to use this powerful tool wisely, ethically,
Mm.
and always with the well-being of our communities at the forefront of our minds.
So go out there, fellow public servants, and embrace the challenge.
Yeah.
The future of government is in your hands.
Make it a future where AI empowers, not disenfranchises.
Okay.
A future where it connects, not divides.
Mm-hmm.
And a future where it serves the common good, not just the privileged few.
That's a powerful message to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI in government.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I hope you found it informative, inspiring,
Mm-hmm.
and most importantly, empowering.
For sure.
Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged,
Yeah.
and stay committed to using your knowledge and skills to make a positive impact on the world.